It's time for the midnight confrontation. Even though, surprisingly, the sky doesn't change.
Yeah, maybe that's tied to her story. I don't know.
Well, to be honest, considering what the midnight thing for the place we're going to would look like, I guess it would be there'd be kind of some dissonance.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, why are other people talking about there being a game? Why would she care if the game sold well if she's not the main character?
Well,
I guess she doesn't want the game to die because then the franchise will die and she'd have no chance.
Yep.
There needs to be more meta video games. I can't think of
I mean,
any
it's
right
usually
now.
done wrong.
Stanley Parable. That's probably it. I have Stanley Parable, I should play it.
Oh, right. I mean, didn't we already have this conversation? Said that, yeah, it's totally what you would be into.
Probably. I mean, I know that. I don't know if we've had this conversation, but...
Also, that little stunt makes me think that I don't know if I could do it in the first game, but there's this reverse slide technique that's hard to do, but I haven't been able to pull it off recently. It's like, I wonder if they patched that out. I mean, it doesn't seem like anything game-breaking, so who knows. But yeah, welcome to one of the hardest levels. You have to know what you're doing. This is the first challenge. I
was about to say, we haven't seen the 3 moons land yet. 3 suns land. And I was thinking, are we going to see the 3 suns? But no, we won't.
Yeah, that's why I said that would be dissonant for what's going on. And here is where I accidentally destroyed the 3rd machine I was supposed to go into. And just like, do I kill myself? I don't know. I'll try something pro gamer.
I guess
do you see this awesomeness that I pulled off? I had no idea I'd be able to do anything of the sort, and yet I managed it. I just tried to see if I could, and here we are.
Yeah, that's the when you high level play, you get to start doing weird stuff.
Yep. But I think
this background is a lot nicer with the 1 moon and not 3 suns.
Yeah. Though I'd say that this has you know how I said that a lot of Asagi stages they actually basically remove a checkpoint so the last strength stretch is much harder.
Mm-hmm.
This one is curious in how it's done. Basically, I'd say that if you know what you're doing, the stretch isn't hard. But if you make a mistake, it is going to be so time consuming. And you will basically just go down a rank. It's like your health is probably not in danger, but your rank definitely is.
Just basically choosing between those 2.
Well, it's not even so much of a choice because you have to take the path. You just have to be as careful and understanding of enemy patterns to know what you need to prioritize.
Yeah.
And also they put the Sunday stuff, the Sunday treats all over that path to entice you to try and do some things to get the extra points. but it's obvious to anybody at this point that you really shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Either way, I guess they're just like absolutely. Oh, I think this is the part where, yeah, I think I go too high, and so I trigger one of the enemies I know is up there. Yep, the succubi. I just use the insta.
Every
kill.
time that attack happens, it looks like you dodged it, but you didn't.
Well, the thing is, I did get hit, but I used the insta kill thing so that I could technically go to the checkpoint that I just activated, and the enemies will be back at their original places and not aggroed. Basically, this whole section is like the same thing with the imps, except that if you leave a succubi alive, or if you trigger them too early, if you like shoot one and they're sort of off screen, but you know you shot them, you have to kill it, because the chances of them doing that heart attack is high, and while you can jump out of the machine, sort of the winding path of it sort of makes it hard to correct yourself and get back into it. Secondly, if the heart attack does hit the machine, it will shred through it completely, and you'll have to go all the way back down and get into another machine on the slow path. So that's why I said, just like, you will practically have to. It's practically if you lose that section, you lose your rank. There's almost no questions about it.
I mean, seems fitting for a level close to the end of the game.
I mean, this is the last level.
Oh, it's just one giant level? I guess everything else is epilogue.
Yeah.
A normal human could never be the hero in a game like this.
But of course, considering Etna's advice and the Prinny's advice, she's come to a specific conclusion about what she needs to do.
I'll become a beautiful butterfly.
And
this person seems dumb.
What?
Like, I couldn't. I'm me, I'm not her. So I guess I can't relate, but at this point I don't think it's worth it to sacrifice everything.
Well, the whole sacrifice
to
everything
go through a journey
is more of a well, it's more, she's more playing lip service to that than not exactly doing it, because there's no understanding of how to.
Even she's okay. Now I think she's dumb, but for a different reason. but I couldn't tell you what that reason is.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, with the whole short and stubbies with the new millennium, and transforming is something a hero does. And just like, I guess sacrifice in this case is that she thinks she looks stupid. So that's her logic, that this would make her the hero. Thing is, she is way more dangerous in this and has way higher defense. I'm slashing incredibly fast, and you see how low that thing is. Not only that, but zombie dolls are on each side of the field, and they are near hard to kill. I mean, they're impossible to kill in this kind of setting. So the fact is also is that those mini Prinnies that she shoots out will just keep going everywhere, and they explode. So in between,
She's a really big explosion when she falls over as well.
Yeah. So of course I managed to get her up against the end. This fight is, I mean, you saw what happened. It is much harder than I made it look. Every little element just goes up against you, and there's the fact that how she moves. She darts across the screen incredibly quickly. so you have to keep up with her. Unfortunately, she followed one of the rules of the game a bit too quickly. I mean, a bit too closely. She followed the rule of the 3 minutes time frame of the Prinny exploding in the boss fight if he doesn't do it in time.
Guess I'm just seeing what's happening. I have no comments.
Yeah, this turns into a little bit of a plot point as to why she can't get out of the suit, even though she designed it, in the second game. It's surprising.
Oh.
Yeah, but Asagi has died. Like, actually died in this timeline.
Oh. So, but she's in the second game?
As, well, you'll see what I mean by her being in the second game. And the second game is a sequel, not a different timeline entirely, so don't worry about that. You'll understand how.
Mm-hmm.
But in this...
Oh, so she is dumb.
Well,
I guess we'll see. We'll see in the second game.
Yeah, but yeah, just like how we were alluding to earlier. By the way, her corpse hair looks, for something that has just exploded, it looks really clean.
Yeah, that was not bad. They should have just not showed that. Why is she sleeping? Like, that's not her recently exploded.
I mean, you saw the Prinny suit is shown there. So, like, unless that's showing her napping while designing it, I doubt it. But like, I guess that's a possibility.
No, I'm saying that was a bad shot because it doesn't look like she exploded.
Oh,
I was making fun of it.
Oh, okay.
So this is some in memoriam, in memorandum.
Yeah, kind of.
I've never. It's in memoriam. You know words that you've seen that you've just never said out loud, but you know them.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah, but technically, because of this, like, the Prinnies are kind of screwed in this one, because while they technically got ingredients from Asagi, they technically wasted an hour that usually would happen, that usually would be done on the Asagi final boss. So even if they went to the flavor stage after this, if everything plays out around the same, then they'll run out of time before they can get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I mean, they didn't really have a happy ending in the last one either.
Well,
I was going to say that they had time left, but the story just ended early.
Well, yeah, there's no, because this is where the flavor, in terms of time, and they'd already go to the flavor stage to get it made, and Etna already checks up on them by this point.
Mm-hmm.
So the Prinny at this point has just forgotten completely about the Ultra Dessert mission and has just been strung along with Asagi's little storyline. And Etna goes on to check on what they're doing, and they completely forgot about the Ultra Dessert. Granted,
you'd think she'd be aware she was distracted. They were distracted.
Oh no, she warned them earlier. It's just that it was a bit vague. Yeah, she warned them like twice.
Okay. I was wondering if we were seeing the same screenshot like last time, but yeah, we are.
Yep.
We saw that. Okay. Yeah, we get it. There's therapy. We get it.
Yeah.
That one I've seen like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, it's weird that the distribution for some of these, I mean, there's no repeats from what I'm remembering, but the distribution for certain scenes is kind of weird.
No, I've seen repeats.
You sure? Maybe it was repeats of the same
The one
place.
where she's... No, the one where maybe it's different text.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh. but it's different text, but the background is exactly the same.
Yeah, that's because it's at different points in the cutscene.
Yeah, so I'm gonna call that repeats. That, I mean, it's not necessarily, but you know what I mean.
Alright, suit yourself.
You know what's interesting? It's like, what a waste. She was clearly talented and just got herself killed.
Yep. It is a tragic story in the end, even if it is played a little bit for laughs.
I guess that's like, I don't know if that's like Luigi. What's Luigi doing where he wastes his own talent trying to live out, trying to be like Mario? Is that Thousand Year Door plot?
No. I mean, he goes on his own adventure parallel and brags about it with you, except that it's sort of embellished a bit. So, yeah.
I'm sure there's a game like Partners in Time did talk about Luigi. What's something that Luigi couldn't enter some place because he had darkness in him or something?
No, because of like a certain incident in his past that he doesn't want people to know. But even that was like sort of the start, like testing the bond of the brothers, see if Mario would stand up for Luigi or leave him there and try
Was that them alluding to something?
But yeah, Asagi has been reborn as an actual Prinny because she wasn't exactly the best person. So, you know.
That seems light. Like, her being... Well, I guess I don't know her life, but like, knowing what the implication of what a Prinny is like, it seems like... It's like the Good Place. Oh wait, nope, can't say anything about that.
Look,
so
we don't
I
know
guess...
how much money she needs for her reincarnation this time.
Oh, so like some people might need less money because they're less bad?
Yeah. Remember, this operates on Buddhist rules.
And then some people, okay. So every single bad person just becomes a Prinny?
Sometimes their spirits escape and they become ghosts in the netherworld, but most of the time they're Prinnies. So yeah, they just have to work it off, and then get the chance to try again.
So if you explode, does that mean you no longer, or does it cost money to come back?
Here's the thing. That is actually a little bit of a debate, because here's the Prinny suit is cheap, like really, really cheap, but you're not in control of bringing it back because you're dead. So like, we're not sure, especially since money is a tangible thing that they have to keep. Like, are the people in charge going to care enough to actually transfer the money? Just like at that point, dying is little of a hurdle other than just hurting a lot, rather than losing your money. I mean,
clearly, unless it's intentionally impossible or a catch-22, I'm assuming it can't be too hard for an average Joe bad person to just get out of this. I think maybe exploding and losing all your money would make it too hard.
Yeah, that is true. Especially considering those who work under Etna. So, yeah.